Washington Commanders. Yes, riot.
Quiet riot.
Quiet riot. Please send me. No? Okay, cool. Thanks. I'll just go.
Thank you. Okay, send me
yeah,
home.
Thank
cool.
you.
Right.
Thank you.
Good.
Okay, so Washington Commanders, the deal is on track, I guess you can say, for a record-breaking $6.5 million, though issues have arisen with the structure of the agreement, specifically the Harris Group's ability to stay under the league's $1.1 billion debt limit to finance this purchase, which of course is now delaying everything, and the NFL owners have not been able to vote on it. We've got a clip, I believe, from Jim Irsay.
I'm sure his face is very close to the camera too.
We'll see what happens. I think it's going to kind of depend on the Harris Group on that point. I think they kind of know, what the rules are. And, I think, I know they really want to get a deal done, and we do. So you hope that carries the day. But at this point, I can't say, you hope that it gets done. But I think, there's more work to be done at this point.
That was eloquent by Irsay.
Jim Irsay's eyes look like my dog George's eyes. It's a little wonky there.
I didn't know we were going with that one.
Which
George.
one?
George got astray there.
No, it's like this is the left, this is the right. Do I look in between? Like, how do you handle that? I don't know.
You can cover one eye, and you can see one way, cover the other. So it's the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Brady, what do we think about this?
Well, hold on. Do we have the sound from Will? Will's the one that should kick this off because he doesn't think there's any issue with this.
What did I say? I don't know. Who's to say what I said? Do we have video of me talking last week?
Really? Yeah. Who's to say? Oh, here we are.
I don't know. We got a new ownership group, I think. Once this whole thing falls through,
I think we're good.
I don't know. Apparently it took on more debt than they were supposed to, and they've got a lot of minority owners involved that people are like, wait a second, we're not used to having this big of an ownership group. And
I think they kind of got cleared through the next hurdle recently in the last few days. But look, if they don't pull it off, Ryan Davis in the wings, he's fine. He'll pick up the tab. I wouldn't. Okay, was that? Did we tweet that out? Where did that clip come from? I don't think I said anything like this is done. Like it's over. Nice try, Brady Quinn.
Hey, let me ask you this. What hurdle did they get past after I just laid out in that scenario where they're still at right now? Like, all those are still concerns.
No, I said that they were going to get in front of the finance committee at the owners' meetings. That was the next hurdle. And here they are.
And they still haven't voted on
it. I think Jerry Jones was more optimistic about it, right?
Okay.
What are the views of the finance committee then? Because Jim Irsay,
shout out JP Finley asking the question.
Still a lot of work left to do on that deal.
Well, I would anticipate it being done.
Is there a timeline at all?
No, I don't have one, but and there is none that I'm aware of. But I don't want to simplify a lot of work, but these are outstandingly qualified owners, and not just. There are a handful of qualified owners here. Certainly, the significant ones we read about are very qualified, and that always rules the day on ruled and cleared with the NFL.
Are you looking forward to getting? Go ahead.
Jerry, do you have any concerns on the number of limited?
Shout out to Tom Pelissero. I was in his face in there.
Hair's looking great.
Shout out to Will Brinson, name dropping all of his friends out here.
And it's
well, I'd be friends of the podcast.
Too important to have the right structure for them coming in.
All right, so Jerry and Jim are. I don't know how to even take what they said. They think it'll get done.
It's like ordering an EV right now. Okay. How many people are still waiting on their Tesla Cybertruck?
I know I am. Are you?
I'm not saying I am, but like when you start like looking into stuff, we're like, hey, we pushed back the timeline. What is the timeline? We don't really have a timeline. It's like that's a problem. That probably means that timeline getting kicked down the road. And you know what happens in today's society? We're like, all right, I read the 250 characters. Okay, what's next? Like we just forget about stuff. Like literally. The news cycle, the social media cycle of news and how people absorb things and look to the next thing. they just kind of get tired of like trying to pay attention and being patient to wait on stuff.
What'd you say?
Exactly. So I'm not saying that this won't happen, but and this is one of the reasons why I wanted to bring this up, because it's happening in other professional sports leagues. The NWSL is expanding, right? The Women's Professional Soccer League. The WNBA is expanding, the Women's Professional Basketball League. And one of the things that you learn and you hear when you're part of these conversations, you're talking to some of the people who are influencers in these leagues, is that they're always looking for the right ownership group. And to find that group, it's difficult because you got to be comprised of the guy who's really rich, who could be the majority owner, and who is the person who's ultimately going to be making the decision, right? But then you've got to comprise the rest of that group of capital you're bringing on. Some are strategic partners. They're people who are there who are going to help you with whatever it may be. It could be marketing. It could be branding. It could be, creating the culture that you want to provide around the facility. Maybe they're going to show up more. Or strategic partners in helping you kind of navigate whether it's renovations of the stadium, relocating the team, all those things, right? So those are all things that you're looking for as part of that group. And it sounds like obviously the Harris Group has that group together, but they might be setting a new precedent with the amount of people who are involved, because the NFL is going to be doing background checks of all of those folks. And then obviously the debt limit is something that, especially in today's, I guess today's financial climate, interest rates are really high. And if you're already over a specific amount that's been set there for a reason as a threshold, then you're wondering whether or not this group has the financial wherewithal to be able to keep up with the Joneses as teams continue to kind of, improve their facilities, renovate stadiums, build new stadiums because they want to host Super Bowls and all of that. That all becomes part of the conversation. And obviously, I would imagine the NFL really would like to take advantage of the DMV. That's a huge market. It's the East Coast. There's a lot of influential people there. So I think they want to get this right. And so it's going to take a lot more time than probably Will Brinson thinks.
Yeah, I mean, that's possible, I suppose. I mean, I can't say that we're all big Tesla guys or all big debt ceiling limit guys. And, I trust the word of hardworking Americans like Jerry Jones when he tells me that it's going to get done. And dadgummit. Actually, why I trust Jerry when he says it's going to get done? Because he wants Dan Snyder the hell out of there. And he's sick and tired of Dan and his closet full of, like, Dan Snyder didn't even have suits in his closet. All he has is big racks of skeletons. And Jerry Jones wants him out as fast as possible. And I think they will make sure that it gets done.
Well, let's just think about if the deal doesn't get done, what happens to the Commanders? Do they just
Jeff Bezos rides that gigantic rocket he built right in there?
What is his rocket called again?
I've got all the money. Just go ahead and sell me the team, Mr. Dan Snyder. Just go ahead, give it to me and let me do my thing with it. And Jeff Bezos is able to do all the wonderful things that he's done so far in creating Amazon and flying to outer space. And then he's going to have a football team.
I must have missed this episode when you guys talked about the Bezos rocket. I don't recall that.
Are you serious?
Oh, we talked about it you maybe
I'm
you were here.
Next, what's up next? Let's talk about something.
What's up next? All right, what's up next?